Questions for Coach?
Signing day, Coach. I mean, is it kind of a relief?
Yeah, I love recruiting, so it's a lot of fun getting to know these kids and their families, particularly the way we recruit, because we love this footprint, this surrounding area so much, and where these kids come from. Most of these kids were committed to us way back in the summer, so we've really been able to develop that family atmosphere. Had some good battles for them down the stretch because they're all really talented and highly recruited players. So it's been fun. It really has. Once you get them committed, getting them actually signed where it's over with is always a relief. And so we're excited about that. We're excited about where we're going. We've got 6 spots left. We know that we would like to add with those 6 spots with guys that can enroll in January. We would like to add some more beef on the D-line and O-line. And then we'd like to add, some really good players no matter where they play. But we do need to add some more in the trenches. I would look for that to happen here soon. Over the next few weeks as the portal heats back up after bowl season.
Was that your biggest emphasis, was the offensive line?
Well, we signed 3 great high school O-linemen. We had a lot of young O-linemen coming back. And so the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball has been our emphasis. I'd say our biggest emphasis was D-line. And we were able to add a lot to that. We will add 1 to 2 more transfers on the D-line and the O-line before we start school in January too.
Anyone in particular you're really excited for on the D-line?
I really like all 5 of them. I really do. I think all 5 of them have got a chance to be special. We got 3 of them enrolling early here in January with the 3 junior college guys, with Bro Darius and D'Amico rolling and Jordan Mahaffey. I think they'll all bring a lot of value and instant playing and older guys that can play. And then the 2 young guys, man, they are tenacious. They're in line with what we've won a lot of games with here before. DJ Burgess being only 16 years old and being the 5A Player of the Year in Mississippi, I think the sky's the limit for him, and Ely Fuvai plays the game the right way.
Saw on the coaches show you said Ty Keys and incoming freshman Zach Wilk will compete for the starting job. I mean, how do you kind of see that unfolding?
Yeah, I see them competing their butt off. Anybody that knows them knows they're unbelievably talented kids, and they play at a high level. And then we got all these super backs. We'll continue to mold that. And if we can add an older transfer quarterback that is a really good player, we'll add him in the mix too. If not, then we'll be young with Ty and Zach, but we're young and talented. As we build this product, that's kind of the whole deal. We're going to be young and talented next year, but we will be at 85 scholarships next year. We'll still be young. There won't be a lot of seniors playing. And like I tell people all the time, in 2023, you better strap it on really tight because all those guys will be back for another year.
What was it about Zach that impressed you on the tape?
Man, there's really nothing not to like about him. The thing we look for in quarterbacks, the 2 things that are non-negotiable, I always talk about traits with every position. You got to have non-negotiable traits and then traits that kind of have a sliding scale. Well, at quarterback for us, the non-negotiables are accuracy and toughness, both mentally and physically. And Zach has those. And then when you look at the rest of him, he's a tall kid that has a really strong arm, and he's really got really good elusiveness and can run. Was a great basketball player up in DeSoto County, where they play great. He plays AAU ball in Memphis, man. Y'all know how they play basketball up there in the city of Memphis. So great athleticism, great competitive nature. There was really nothing to not like about Zach.
But you mentioned, obviously, you'll still be young next year, so the importance of adding some JUCO guys that have kind of had that level of experience, and then obviously Dalen Gill provides some experience as well. Just how important is that, adding that?
Yeah, when you look at your roster, you want every position room to be staggered. You'd like to have some seniors, some juniors, some sophomores, some freshmen. We inherited a program with only 62 scholarships when you're allotted 85, and so we were bringing in a huge amount of people this year to get us back to 85. Well, what we didn't want to do is just bring in so many freshmen that a room is filled with freshmen. So you look at it and it's staggered. Like if you look at the defensive back, Michael Caraway will be a sophomore. He's got 3 years left. Markel McLaurin's got 2 years left. Then Cameron Knox is a freshman, got 4 years left. So we tried to stagger it like that, if you will, based off the room. You look at the D-line room. Bro Darius and Jordan are junior college guys. D'Amico's a junior college guy. Then you got DJ and Ely are freshmen. So when you've got to sign a bunch of people in one positional group, you need to stagger it, or else you just got a bunch of people that are all the same age.
I wanted to ask you about the two kids from Lafayette, Mario and Burgess. You mentioned Burgess. Just if you can briefly talk about those two and what you're getting out of each of them.
Yeah, Lafayette High School is one of the top programs in the state of Mississippi. Coach Michael Fair does a great job. They always have. We got Brendan Tolles last year, who played every game as a true freshman, finished the year lights out. He's got a chance to be a great player here. And Mario, we thought was the top inside linebacker in the state of Mississippi. Played in the Miss Al game. We identified him early, and then DJ was the 5A Player of the Year in the state of Mississippi. So, two great high school football players that, again, that's what Southern Miss has been winning with a lot of times, right? Those great high school football players from this footprint that want to come where football matters, and we're excited to get both of them.
Felt like there was kind of a different excitement level around today than maybe there's been here in the past on a day like this. Did you feel that yourself with the broadcast and everything going on with the fans?
Well, I wasn't here in the past, but I hope it was, Trevor. You know what I'm saying? So, because we're trying to get this program back where it's supposed to be. And one thing about Southern Miss is we got a lot to sell. And we live in a society nowadays where you have to sell or you'll get left behind. And, man, like I said, I say it all the time. I'm saying, what's not to like about Southern Miss? You know, we have a great school, great facilities, great history and tradition with a great administration that supports us and a great fan base. So we got a situation where we are building it back. We're doing it the right way each day. And I think there was excitement here today because it was a great class. You know, one of the top classes in this school's history, and it's only going to get better. When we add these few more pieces over the next few weeks, it's going to really add some icing to the cake.
And you touched on it earlier, but you managed to bring in a couple potential superbacks. I mean, obviously, people are going to be excited about that. Can you touch on those guys?
Yeah, so Kenyon and Kenyon Clay and Ty Mims and Janari Dean all have some quarterback in their background. So we'll just add them to the stable, baby, and we can keep selling the T-shirts and keep it going. But I know we love versatility. We love people that can score when they get the ball, and we're excited about all three of those guys.
And I know you mentioned Treylowe on the broadcast as well. Can you talk about those conversations, where he's at as far as being here, possibly moving on, or possibly being at a different position?
Yep. Don't know exactly where he's at. I know this. I know we love Trey. I know he's an intense competitor. That's a really good college football player, and I got the utmost respect for him.
Wanted to ask about Latrell Jones from PRCC, rated I think the top recruit in junior college. I mean, can you talk about him and what stood out to you with him?
Speed, really fast. Great player at Taylorsville, great player at Pearl River. That's his number one attribute. He can really run. Great ball skills, can make you miss. And like I said, man, you sign the number one junior college player in America at any position, that's a big deal for a group of 5 school. And we were able to do that. And Desmond Lindsay did an unbelievable job recruiting him. It might have helped that we had Ty Keys here. And we have such a great history and tradition of Taylorsville kids doing so well here. But we're excited about Frog.
I know everybody in this class is obviously going to fit your mold, right? That's why you brought them here. But was there anybody that stood out that was like, this is really a Southern Miss guy, or this is the definition of what we're looking for?
Yeah, I'd hate to single one out. You know, I loved all of them. That's why we're not the type team. We identify pretty much early on if they're a fit, and if they're not a fit, we're not afraid to move on. And not every program's like that. We don't want to. We tell kids up front who we are. Not what our program's been, what we want our program to look like. We show them what our 6 core values are. We talk about how we're going to work. And if at any point we feel like that's not for them, we tell them, hey, man, be up front and tell us. We don't want to waste your time, and we don't want to waste ours. And all these kids, like I said, most of them committed early and stuck with it, so we were able to really know what we're getting all the way through.
Kind of a similar question. I mean, just who in the signing class was just kind of at the top of your list from right off the bat?
Oh man, all of them. I hate to single out. No one kid was more important than the other. We needed all of them. It was a great fit for all of them. They all fit a need that we had to have, and we were able to identify them, target them, and land them.
Well, are there any specifically you're looking at to make an immediate impact?
All the kids that are coming in January will be given an early start at doing that. Obviously, we lost a lot of D linemen, so those mid-year D linemen, they have to play right away because we just don't have enough numbers. We're a program that's all about competition, so everybody's going to be given a chance to compete. And if they beat somebody out, then we're better, right? And if they don't, then we won't waste a year on them. You saw us do that with a lot of kids this year. We're able to redshirt them. We played a ton of them. We played a ton of them 4 games and redshirted them. So, you know, we want to be smart with our program as we push it forward.
Obviously, a lot of Mississippi kids, just like last year, I know you talked about how you kind of believe in this state and you're going to recruit kids in this state. So good to sign a lot of kids from Mississippi.
Yeah, you know, it worked out that way. You know, we recruit our whole footprint equally with the equal amount of urgency. It's just kind of worked out where we've had a lot of Mississippi kids that are heavily recruited and sought after that have kind of clung to us quicker. And so it worked out where the majority of our class was from Mississippi. We did branch out, you know, to get a great one from Baldwin County and another great one from over in Pensacola. And like I said, we recruit all those areas hard. And but Mississippi has been good to us and will continue to be good to us moving forward.
I thought it was interesting. You noted it was kind of a recruiting battle to get Sam Gregg here. Can you kind of talk about that and what that's meant to the program and what you think it's going to be like going forward?
Well, it is. It's been a recruiting battle to get this whole staff here, you know, because they're all sought after guys, and that's what we're about. You know, it was an opportunity for Sam to come home, to be back with me and Desmond Lindsay and Tad Blaylock, people he believes in and believes how they do things and how, you know, Sam believes in how we treat our players here. He knows how we're going to recruit. He knows what we're going to recruit. And Sam loves this area. You know, Sam loves this footprint just like I do. It's been good to him. He was raised in it. So, man, he's just a phenomenal football coach. It's been unbelievably successful everywhere he's been, and we're getting a good one and excited to have him.
Anything else? Coach, thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank y'all so much for all you do.